I need to talk about what happened on May 1st. Baltimore was exploding. All sorts of craziness was happening. And everybody's favorite, one of the big heroes out of the Baltimore riots was the mom who, recognized her child participating in the riot and, smacked him and got him out of there. And that was something that everybody was familiar with, and a lot of people were applauding her. There was a small group of people who were not so super thrilled about it. But the thing that that frustrates me more than well, it's certainly in my top three most frustrating things that is in our politics right now are fake stories. And we've talked about this a lot on the Refinery. And circulating around on May 1st was a story that mom was being investigated by CPS, by Child Protective Services, and that was not good. That seeing that story, I think Fishy, you retweeted it. I think that's where I saw it in your feed when you were retweeting all of the stuff that was going on in Baltimore. I saw that. I checked it out. I saw that it was from one of these websites that is not full satire. What it does is they have a show facts button, so it gives the whole thing. It gives a real story, and then it gives a fake element. And if you hit the hide facts, or if you hit the show facts button, it shows you what's the truth, and then it differentiates from what the not truth, the untruth is, the quote satire unquote. It's really, really ridiculous and misleading, and I personally think it's destructive. But people were reading that and thought it was a real thing. So me being a stubborn and kind of annoyed person, I went to Twitter. There's when you go to an article, sometimes there's a little tweet button, and if you click it, you can see all of the people who are tweeting that link. So I did that, and 186 times I tweeted out a screen cap of the disclaimer on the website that says that this is not the whole truth, that there's some element of it that's satire. I tweeted out a screen cap of the disclaimer and a tweet that said, "Satire, please delete this tweet," because you're spreading misinformation. And that was the big thing. That was the reason why I want to respond to this, is because people were getting upset. It was causing tension. It was causing people to be really, really, go ahead, Fishy.
And I want to reiterate that in situations like we've seen in Ferguson, like we've seen in Baltimore, one of the most heinous things that goes around is rumor of things that may or may not be true, or that haven't been proven yet, or that there's no factual basis. Someone starts something like this, it catches like wildfire, and then it's very hard to walk those things back. In a combustible situation, especially like in Baltimore, it is very harmful to spread around misinformation like this.
Absolutely. And what's even worse, actually, was that honestly, the before I get into what's worse, the best thing about it was that I had a lot of people actually respond to me and say that they deleted their tweets, and I could actually see that they deleted their tweets. I can't give you the breakdown of how many actually deleted their tweets, but a good portion of them, I think the majority of them, actually did delete their tweets that were propagating that misinformation. In fact, I had a couple of people who followed me on Facebook after that, who liked Free Radical Network. They clicked on the link in my Twitter description that went over to Facebook, liked our page there.
But back to the relational portion of our program, the relational theme, JD made a bunch of friends. He made a bunch of friends and people who will listen to him because he has now established with them a reputation for promoting the truth, for debunking lies. How valuable is that going forward for him?
Normally, he would have just whipped out all of his points and he would have just loved his debate and he would have just buried the guy with facts. But this was his wife's colleague, so he knew he couldn't do that in this situation. And so what he did instead was he started asking questions of this prof, and he started talking about history.